Hi, and welcome back to It's a Miracle Beauty. So I do tend to do a lot of unboxings on this channel. I enjoy them, so that's why I film them, because I have to say, like, it used to be I watched pretty much any unboxing. I mean, it could be a snack box, and I would be watching it. It's just kind of fun seeing people get stuff and see what different products are offered and things like that. So I guess I like watching them because I do like to see when people have genuine versus ingenuine responses. You can kind of tell when something's sponsored that way. But also, I like watching the same people multiple months, because you'll see like some, they're just like trying to be nice and they're trying not to throw their brands under the bus or that box under the bus. But then other times they're like genuinely excited when they get it, so you can just tell. And then other people are better at faking it and they just are excited every single month. Like maybe they are really excited, I guess. I don't know. I'm pretty excited about my boxes every month, so maybe I'm just not even right about that. But it does, for me, it's kind of like declutters. Declutters for me, like I hear people say, oh, I love watching them. They get me in the mood to clean. No, it does not put me in the mood to clean. I'm sorry. I wish it did. I would love it. Please make that happen. But I like it because I get to hear their opinions. And maybe this is kind of stupid, but I love hearing people that have nothing in common with me in a different, pay bracket, different skin tone, different hair textures, everything. I love hearing their preferences, because the beauty community and the beauty brands tell us what we should do. They tell us what we should be. And pretty much 9 times out of 10, it's fair-skinned, skinny. How do I say this without being rude? An unattainable body style and perfect. And some of the people that I watch, and they're not all Black, they're not all Mexican, they're not all, even some of the white girls that have completely different everything from me. I love when they're honest about brands. You can learn more about a brand from watching Jackie Aina than you can probably anybody else. I think she is so direct and so blunt and says things that I have thought so many times when I was shopping for makeup or whatever. Now, this attitude of non-inclusivity is widespread. It's not just in the beauty community. It's in pretty much anything you go and look at. And I can tell you an example in my industry, in insurance. In Michigan, we have the most expensive car insurance in the entire country, and that is proven because we have unlimited personal injury. However, they can rate your insurance based on your credit score, your address, and your past experiences that we have no idea where they come from. I mean, as insurance agents, we kind of know where they come from. If you have bad or low credit, they charge you a ton more. And if you live in the city of Detroit, the city of Flint, the city of Battle Creek, I'm trying to think of some of the other ones that are kind of hot spots, those are like unattainable for no fault, which means only liability. No pay for your car if anything happens to it. $5,000 a year. So beauty industry is not the only industry that pegs communities and decides not to cater to them. However, I think that if you really want to shop ethically in that frame of mind, if you watch certain YouTubers, like I said, Jackie Aina, she's so blunt. I love watching her videos so much. Although it's hilarious because I watch her a lot at night, and her videos would be very quiet. And then she'll like have a loud outburst or something, and she'll wake up my husband who's sleeping next to me while I'm watching it, and I will be like, volume, and then I can't hear her, so then I have to turn it back up, and then she does it again, and I am not faulting her. It is so much fun. It's hilarious. So now that I have explained all that, I just think that I like watching unboxings because I like differing opinions. I like seeing what brands people like and everything else. So this particular unboxing, after my longest intro I think I've ever had on my channel, is the May 2019 Boxy Charm. Now, the first thing I want to note, this is the smallest Boxy Charm box I have ever seen in my life. Mine are usually like the squarer ones. I don't think they're really truly a square. I think they're still a rectangle, but they're much more fatter. So this is the smallest. So initially I was like, did they not send me everything? They of course did, but it was just so tiny I had a reaction. So this is the May. The theme is Make Waves. So I'm going to attempt, again, to try to do the pricing. And I do want to put a disclaimer on here. So I previously filmed this video and my Birchbox video, and my mic wasn't on. So this is a refilm technically, so I do hope that you will be understanding knowing that I've already seen these products because, well, if I'm really transparent, as I was in the first video, I open it when I get it. I do not have the patience to wait to film. Doesn't happen. But I've now seen them twice because I already did this. So if we were to open the box, and I did put everything back so you could see it, This is what it looks like. The only difference is I forgot to put one in a box, but this is what it looks like when you get it. You do get 5 items this month. The first one is Glam Glow Gentle Bubble Daily Conditioning Cleanser. So I don't currently have anything on Glam. No, I do. I lied. I have one Glam Glow and I have one First Aid Beauty product, and I do like them both. I do. They're sample or travel size, but I do like them both. So you either got this or the other version or box was the First Aid Beauty Coconut Water Cream. I personally would have been happy with either one. I think I was kind of leaning towards the coconut cream only because I do have a stock of cleansers right now. So what I do, I only have one cleanser I use at any one time in my vanity of my bathroom. And then in my shower, I keep one, so if I want to wash my face in the shower, I don't have to take that one with me. So right now, I have out Clinique foaming face wash in my shower that I'm trying to honestly pan or use up because I like it, but it's kind of drying. It does work really good. So if you have combo skin or dry or oily skin, I think that it would be perfect. But for my super winter desert skin, it doesn't work. So I am panning that, and then I have the Tula probiotic I got from FabFitFun in my bathroom. So then across from my bathroom is my actual laundry room. Above it on a shelf, I do have an entire bin of unopened hair and skin products. So in there, I think as of right now, I think there's 3 backup cleansers. So this will go into it. I don't want to open anything that I'm not using yet because I don't want it to expire. So I've definitely honed that urge to try everything the day I get it. So the next thing in here, and I'm actually going to try to make this one a little bit shorter because I kind of went on a tangent about this. This is Dose of Colors, and the shade is Bittersweet. It's like a cherry red color. I am going to put this directly into our contest, not because of the brand. I own, I think, 12 or 18 Dose of Colors lipsticks. They are my fave. I also have a lot of their lip liners and eye and lip. I really, truly think that they have the best eyeliners and lip liners on the market. So their lip liners and their eyeliners are very creamy. They go over any eyeshadow. They never pull. They never bleed. They're just fantastic. So whoever gets this in the contest, if it's the shade they are willing to like, I think they'll really like it. I personally, because of my skin tone and hair color, do have to use more blue reds or purple reds. I can't use the bright corals or the bright cherry reds or anything like that because it looks ridiculous on me. So one of the first things I learned when I fell in love with red lipstick, get the shades that are made for your skin tone and you'll never go wrong. If you don't learn that lesson, you kind of look clownish. And there are some people that can use both. I want to throw that out there because I didn't know that, and so embarrassing. I didn't know that. I was at Ulta one time and a girl's like, I just don't know what red to choose. And I said, well, you kind of got to determine which one looks good on you and you got to try it, which one, everything else. And the makeup artist from MAC comes over and she goes, actually, she's one of the few skin tones can use both. She's like, you're a blue red. And she was right, of course. You're a blue red. She can use either one. So here's 5 red lipsticks. All of them should look good on you. And I don't know what the results were, but I thought that was pretty cool. And I trusted the MAC person because when she was putting them on her inner wrist and kind of looking at her undertones with them, every color looked fantastic on her skin tone. So that being said, the next item I was pretty excited for. So I did already pull it out of the box, but it is the Eye Luster Cream Eyeshadow. I used to be a huge cream eyeshadow fan. I had a little, I mean, it was maybe that big of CoverGirl. It was like a really pale lavender purple cream. I use that every single day as my base. And I don't mean from here to here, but I mean, I use it every day. Sometimes I put a darker on the outer, sometimes I put a darker on the inner, or a darker color, and then sometimes I did all 3, but it was my base every day because I knew at 5 o'clock my eyeshadow was still going to be there. I loved it. I actually still own it. I won't use it because of its age, but I still own it just so I can kind of remember to buy it again if I see it, things like that. So this is a more holographic. It's purple. It kind of looks, I'm sure on camera, it almost looks like silver or pink. In person, it's you look one way, it looks pink, and you look another way, it looks purple. And if you look, it's got a huge long doe foot. I'm not going to swatch it, and I'm going to tell you why. When I looked at the video that I couldn't use the sound for, you couldn't even see it. It kind of had a little bit of glimmer, but you really didn't get any way to appreciate the color. So I am not going to actually test that here, but I am super stoked to have it, and I do plan to use it. Probably tomorrow. So the next thing is, and again, this is out of the plastic, but I did not swatch it in that video, and I will not be swatching it in this video. It is the Mellow Brow Definer, and it is in a very deep brown color. I feel like BoxyCharm, for the most part, sends out only brow products in deep colors because probably about 75% of their clientele does use this color, just by the rule of odds. If I look at my own family, I am the only full Caucasian in my family, if you say it that way. I'm the white girl of the family. My husband is Hispanic and white mixed. And then we have 4 kids that end up somewhere around a quarter. 2 of them look 100% Hispanic, and 2 look like they're, if I'm really blunt, white boys. So we have very much diversity. And then I have a child from my prior relationship that is black and white. He has a child from a prior relationship that turns out to be about 75% Hispanic. So in our family, there's a lot of color. There's ranging from alabaster to me to my next 2, you know, more whiter kids who still tan like no other. I'm so jealous of them in the summer. But they even have like my baby son is getting super dark brown eyes. I think he's going to darken up. His dad was pretty fair and then all of a sudden went very dark. So the eyebrows in my family, now that I've told the whole backstory, my one son and I, who's like my mini me, even though he's almost taller than me, it looks just like me, we have more of like the ashy blonde eyebrows. Everyone else in my family has dark brown or black. So I think that if I were to circle back around and explain why I said all that brown is dominant. A lot of our community has brown eyebrows. People of color typically have brown eyebrows. A lot of white people typically have brown eyebrows. So if they put everybody together, a vast majority of their clientele is going to have dark brown. Now, that means that Blondie over here can't use it. So this will be going in the contest. But I'm okay with that. I mean, again, we look at the value of these boxes. If I like 75% of the products, which is a good portion of it, or if you do it even more, you know, do 20% because there's 5 products. If in this box, I like 80% and it was $21.99 and valued over $100, I did fine. But if I liked this, it pays for the box because this is $28. So, which brings me back that I didn't tell you any prices again. I do this every unboxing. I don't know why I can't do it right. So the Glam Glow is $28. The Ciate London Eyeliner Eye Cream or Eyeshadow, Cream Eyeshadow. Let me say that over. The Ciate London Eye Luster Cream Eyeshadow is $22. And the size of this, I think that's a reasonable price. I don't have a problem with that. The Dose of Colors lipstick is $18. I'd pay more for Dose of Colors. Don't raise the price because I love them, but I'm just saying it's worth more. Mellow Brow Definer is $18. So the last item is, and one thing I did learn in the first video is that these do not swatch well. I'm not blaming the product. I've said, if I've said it once, I've said it a dozen times, I think swatches are a waste of time. How something swatches on the back of your hand or on the palm of your hand or on your wrist has nothing to do with how the product's going to use. And I would say that's especially true with blushes. So blush is typically a powdery product, unless you're using a cream one, obviously, that you dust on little by little and build the color. A swatch means nothing because you are going to see it as you build it. I personally can't stand lip swatches. That I see people do them and I think they're such a waste of time. And maybe for them they're not. But for me, I naturally have very, very berry lips. Like it looks like I have lipstick on when I don't. When I swatch on this alabaster skin and then I think it's going to tell me what this looks like, no. The perfect example is the color I'm wearing. So I'm wearing Baddest Beige by Maybelline. It's actually one of the few nudes I actually like, but I use a much darker lip liner before I put it on because it deepens it just a touch. If I put this on by itself with no lip liner, it looks like frost on my lips. No. So that all being said, the final product is the Alamar Cosmetics. So this brand for me is a very good brand. I have an eyeshadow palette from them that I keep putting in my declutter because I just don't reach for it very much. Nothing wrong with the palette. And I have gone back and grabbed it out twice. I finally said, you know what? I need to deliver those donations so I will stop looking back at it. But also, I just pulled it out and put it back in my stash because I love it. So this is a Colorette Blush Trio. It does have 3 colors, Castaway, Paraiso, or Paraiso. I couldn't pronounce this the first time, I can't now. Maybe one of you can tell me below how to pronounce it. It's Paraiso. And the last one is Scorcher. So if we look at this, this is what it looks like. It actually is kind of unusual colors. I have to say, I don't care for receiving blush palettes anymore, only because my collection's pretty big, and blush takes 5 years to use up, so these would end up going bad. However, we do have almost like a corally shade here, and I wouldn't say it's really a coral because it's kind of too pale to be coral, but it's like an orangey pinky color like coral is, that family. The middle is definitely just the normal pink. We see it in all blushes. This one isn't orange. I have a feeling this color won't work for me because the example I can give that is really clear to most people is Marc Jacobs Tantastic. That really big bronzer that he has. I wanted it so bad. It was on my wish list for a year. Neiman Marcus had a sale. It was in my cart, and I got it. It looks like shit. It looks like crap. It literally pulls orange every time I use it. Doesn't matter if I use contour. Doesn't matter if I use cream products underneath. Doesn't matter if I use nothing underneath. I tried it on my skin with no foundation. It looked ridiculous. I can't use it. It literally pulls orange no matter what I do. So I got rid of it. But the thing about it is oranges, and when you have certain undertones, they can pull kind of weird. Or they can totally set off your look and make it look like you did a summery vibe that no one else has done that week. So I'm curious to try it. I'm hoping that it works because I do use a lighter system in the summer. I don't use as much makeup. I use more setting spray, ironically. But I am looking forward to seeing if that will work because I do kind of get a system in the summer. I use probably a quarter of the products I use in winter, and then I just kind of make a makeup, no makeup day every day. So I think that's it. The only price I didn't give you was that one, and that is $22. And I do want to comment on that. $22 for this is more than valuable. Okay, so that's a decent sized tray. And look how big they are. If we were to look at drugstore pricing of the main, like, base priced ones, you know, L'Oreal, CoverGirl, All May, Physicians Formula, Maybelline, those ones, leaving out the more affordable, you know, like the Wet n Wild, and I forget the name of the other one that's really big right now. My brain's going blank, I don't know. Point is the Maybellines, L'Oreals, all those are going to be between $5 and $7. So let's just say it's a really big pan and $7. This is $22, that would be $21 for 3. So for me, this is drugstore pricing. Even though the palette itself is $22, 3 blushes of this size palette, that's drugstore pricing. So for me, I don't have a problem with that price. And as I got it in a box, and since this paid for the box, I got it free. So to me, it's a win-win. But that is all of my May 2019 BoxyCharm. I always get super giddy at the month before Boxy Luxe. Like, literally, it's hard for me to even enjoy this box because I'm like, that box is coming. And this time, it's so exciting because I want that blow dryer. I love my PYT straightener, and I am stoked to get a blow dryer. So I am excited. But if you like unboxings, you like declutters, you like pan challenges, and all those types of things, I do hope that you will subscribe. I hope that you will ring the bell for notifications. I do have a schedule of every Thursday and Sunday. I am very transparent between my husband's travel schedule right now and my autoimmune flare-ups. That does not happen every week, but I do try, if I miss one, to make up and post an extra one the next week. That way it is the same number of videos, just maybe not the same timeline, and I haven't missed that many. For me, I like to have a regular schedule. I'm one of those people that's 5 minutes early, so it's hard for me to let go that I do miss sometimes, I guess. Perfectionist issues. So, I hope you have a fantastic day, and I do hope that you will subscribe and ring the bell and all those things. And if you made it to this point, will you do me a favor? Will you post below what your favorite product in my BoxyCharm was? Or if you got one as well, what your favorite was? And lastly, if you don't get BoxyCharm, will you post what's stopping you? Do you just not like subscription boxes? Or does BoxyCharm not appeal to you? I have a couple friends that are not into makeup, so that's one of the reasons they don't subscribe, because there is so many makeup things. I think they would love the skincare box. I personally, I'm an addict. I love it. I used to get mad when I got skincare. Now I'm like, give it all to me. Give it all to me. So I hope you have a great weekend, and I hope you guys are safe and come back soon.